In some parts of Australia, the same salary that barely covers a tiny apartment in the big cities can buy you a whole house with a backyard, and leave money left over every week. Today we count down 10 Australian towns where your money genuinely goes twice as far, and whether each one is actually worth the move. The idea here is simple but powerful. Cost of living is not just about house prices. It is housing, plus everyday expenses, set against the lifestyle you get in return. The towns on this list combine genuinely affordable property with a reasonable cost of living and enough amenity to make life comfortable. Let's count them down. Number 10. Toowoomba, in Queensland. A large, established regional city with full services, a strong economy, and house prices well below Brisbane, just a couple of hours away. Number 9. Wagga Wagga, in New South Wales. A thriving inland city with a university, a diverse economy, and housing that costs a fraction of Sydney. Number 8. Mount Gambier, in South Australia. A substantial regional centre with excellent services, beautiful surroundings, and very affordable homes. Number 7. Ballarat, in Victoria. Close enough to Melbourne for a day trip, with grand historic architecture, and prices well below the capital, even after recent growth. Number 6. Dubbo, in central New South Wales. A genuine regional hub with strong employment, good services, and affordable property. Number 5. Albany, on the southern coast of Western Australia. Stunning coastline, a mild climate, and house prices far below Perth, for those who do not mind the distance. Number 4. Tamworth, in New South Wales. A lively regional centre with a famous cultural identity, a solid economy, and very reasonable housing. Number 3. Bendigo, in Victoria. A beautiful goldfields city with excellent amenity, strong services, and prices that remain well below Melbourne. Number 2. Launceston, in Tasmania. A charming, historic city with a relaxed pace, genuine character, and housing costs that undercut every mainland capital. And number 1, the town where your money arguably goes furthest while still giving you a genuinely good life. Orange, in central New South Wales. Here is why it tops the list. Orange combines an exceptional regional hospital and strong healthcare, a thriving food and wine scene, real cultural amenities, 4 genuine seasons, and reliable transport links to Sydney, all wrapped in housing that costs a fraction of the big cities. It is the rare affordable town that asks you to give up very little in exchange. You get city-level amenity at regional prices, which is exactly why it consistently ranks among the best value places to live in the entire country. So what should you weigh before actually relocating to chase this kind of value? 3 things. First, employment. Make sure there is work in your field, or that your income travels with you through remote work or a pension. Cheap housing means little without a way to earn. Second, healthcare. As you get older especially, access to a good hospital and specialists matters enormously, which is why the larger regional centers on this list score so well. Third, connection. Consider how far you will be from family, an airport, and the things you value. The cheapest town is no bargain if you feel isolated and unhappy. The big lesson is this. Australia is far more affordable than the headlines about Sydney and Melbourne suggest. Step a few hours inland or down the coast, and an entirely different, far more affordable country opens up, often with a better quality of daily life. If you found this useful, hit subscribe, because we break down a different corner of the Australian property market every few days. See you in the next one. It is worth pausing on a trend that is quietly making these affordable towns more viable than ever, which is the permanent shift in how Australians work. For most of history, you had to live where the jobs were, which meant the expensive cities held all the power. That equation has changed. The rise of remote and hybrid work means a growing number of Australians can earn a city salary while living in a regional town with a far lower cost of living. This is genuinely transformative for the towns on this list, because it removes the single biggest barrier to relocating, which was always employment. A person earning a strong income remotely, while paying regional prices for housing and everyday life, can build wealth dramatically faster than a city counterpart on the same salary. There is also a quality of life dimension that the raw numbers miss entirely. Beyond the lower house prices, life in a well-chosen regional center often comes with shorter commutes, less congestion, stronger community ties, and easier access to nature. These are real benefits that do not show up in a cost of living spreadsheet, but matter enormously to day-to-day happiness.